All right. What we're going to look at today is chapter 13, 14, and 19. The first chapter 13 is about doors and signage and frames, how all that works, the different types that are out there. And we're going to look at the different windows that make up security. There's all different styles of windows we want to look at, so we're going to take a look at that. And chapter 19 is about security, and we want to look at that to see how the system works, some information about that. So we're going to take a look at that also. That is what our plan is tonight. So again, learning objectives, investigate command centers, select the glass, and understand doors. It's actually the opposite. We're going to start with doors, go to glass, and command centers are last. Key concepts. There's a lot of them. And as we get into each different one, each section, it will make more sense. But this is everything we're going to learn. You always take a look on your, obviously these PowerPoints are available to you, so you could take a look at that. Doors. And we have to look at doors, right? They are the number one thing for getting in and out of rooms. And so we're going to look at all the different types of doors they are, how they're, all the sizes and shapes, how they're hung, left, right, how many hinges, mortise locks, hollow core, solid core, wood. But that's what we want to take a look at, the types of doors that are out there. And if you've ever been to a hardware store, you could see there's all different kinds. There's aisles upon aisles for just doors and how the different ones that you need. Each one provides some type of feature to it. So you can have one with windows in it. You can have one without windows in it. They could be flush. They could be stand out. So they're really, the doors aren't just a single door that we took at. So let's look at the different types of doors there are. And the whole door will include frames, how they anchor, how the hinges, the locking, which we covered last week. So we want to make sure there's glass doors, metal doors. So we want to make sure that we have the different types of doors that we want. Two of the basic doors, hollow core, which is two sheets with some cardboard strips in the middle, and solid core, which is continuous block core. And again, usually a hollow core would be an interior door, and the solid door would be exterior to make it harder to get through, because you can almost punch through a hollow core door if you hit it right without any effort. Any tool can get through it. So it's usually an interior door. And we have the metal doors. Obviously, metal doors provide much more protection. Again, some of the advantages, they could be painted, but they have a metal frame. They're usually good for fireproofing. Sometimes less attractive, sometimes less insulated. But they're more secure than wood doors. And you could get different types of doors, providing hollow steel doors, limited and normal entry, keep exterior doors to a minimum. These are some general considerations when we keep it. Ensure that exterior door open outward. In case there's a fire and people have to get out, you want to be able to push to get out. That goes for almost in any room. The door should almost always open out. It has to open into a room, but if you're going out, the flow should be able to go out, all the way out, in case of emergency, instead of having something that has to open in. So you always want to have that in place. Let's see, practical hinges on the interior doors. Make sure they're on the inside, that you can get to them. Door systems, door frame and anchorage. Exterior doors, high risk, designed to withstand explosives. So they're kind of there. High exterior doors, blast resistance, keep indoors. And this is what we just covered. Exterior doors should be either solid core wood or solid wood flakes, minimum of 1 3/4 thickness, no sliding glass panels. Exterior hinges should be mounted on the interior. Shims, make it in there, no glazing. When you have an exterior door, you shouldn't have any window within 40 inches of a lock to make sure that no one can get to it. The door lock should be double cylinder. We talked about that last week to make sure that it's presented. Glass replaces the same thickness as polygon. French doors, concealed headers and threshold bolts. Dutch doors, concealed header type security devices. Sliding glass doors should also good for home, residential area, prevent living and removal of the glass door frame. Fixed panel glass, one side's usually fixed. Each sliding panel has a secondary locking system and laminated for safety. You should always have a bar at the bottom also. I know I have several sliding doors. We have a bottom lock so the door can't slide when we go away. It has the lock by the handle. And we put a second one so it can't be opened. Number of interior doors, make sure you have signage that you have. If you have glass, try to have non-breakable glass, polycarbonate, so someone can't just break the glass and turn the thing. Pet doors are wonderful for your animals, but they're really bad for thieves. They can get in and out, no problem. Garage doors, you should have an opener. Change the code from the factory. Make sure when I go on vacation, I actually unplug my garage door so it can't be opened. Same type of thing. Let's see. Commercial businesses. Should be numbered so you know what they are. Should have signage, emergency exit, employee entrance. Everything should be making sure that it's easy to follow, easy to see. Mechanical locking devices. We talked about locking last week, the different types of locks, the tumblers, and the same thing goes as this. As we look at these, locks still have a big part of it. We have the strike plate. The strike plate usually provides that information to lock. And usually in the buildings, it should have 3-inch screws in it instead of the 1.5 inch that most homes have. The bigger the screw into the wood, the harder it is to break. The holes are staggered, again, to make it harder to get into. The function of the door, the modern equivalent of cave dwellers, which use animal skins. So now we want to have the door. What's the purpose of it? To make it people so they can't get in without the proper keys. Maximize security to facility. So these are some of the door, why we want the doors in place. Case analysis in Chula Vista, California. The police undertook a extensive study of the factors that attracted burglars to specific homes, as well as protective devices that were most effective. Sworn police staff interviewed over 300 victims, conducted more than 100 street views, environmental assessments, reviewed everything. Doors without deadbolts were most likely targeted. Windows with single panes were targeted. Windows with simple locks. Sliding glass doors without specialized pin locks were easily opened. Almost all targeted property had numerous hidden points. So these are some of the different things. The 5 major developers did this study. They had more than 1,000 things. So we want to make sure that we put this in place, because this is just simple stuff. Let's see, terminology. Deadbolt, electric strike plate, electric device that has it. Flange hinge is a door hinge system used on PVC doors. Levers use sometimes mortise locks. Mortise lock fits into the side of the door, so it kind of hollows it out. A rim lock. Latches still sometimes referred by their traditional rim locks, though they're not really that. Thumb turn cylinders that we have. These are some of the different things that we want to have. Some standard doors. There, as everything else, here's a basic. Look up the doors you want. Architectural, they'll know what it is, what doors to put in. The Steel Door Institute, Underwriting Laboratories. There's our references that we can use. Let's take a look at windows. Purpose is set. What's the purpose of a window? Some safety, aesthetics, let sunlight in, allow visibility, provide ventilation. You can get different weather. You can durability, thermal performance. Some will block so the heat doesn't come in. It's just the sunlight. It's going green, healthier. So these are some of the different things that we want to look at. Most windows are to let sunlight in, right? That is what we're trying to do. So, there's 5 main types of glasses. Laminate glass. This glass is a safety glass that contains polyvinyl butyral or similar substance and therefore holds together when shattered. Great for in offices. Sheet glass is the least expensive, most vulnerable to break. It's not very thick. This is what most home are made of. Float glass. It has the quality of plate glass combined with lower production costs with sheet glass manufacturing. Tempered glass. This is treated to resist breakage and is 3 to 5 times stronger. And then you have bulletproof glass, which is polycarbonate, thermoplastics used by layering of laminate. It's usually much thicker, but it does provide bulletproof safety. Some factors. Police departments recommend the company for tighter security. A glass wall and counter need to be added to create a barrier to the public. Receptionist, glass doors is installed that work off of access control. But basically, sunlight material. They should be energy efficient. Sunlight, is that the right one? Yeah. And materials, right? These are different. You can have wood, metal, finished, some different things. Consider window hardware, types of glazing available, the size and shape to prevent access. Smaller is better. Use of grills to put in there so people can't get in. Plate glass, sheet glass, float glass, types of different glasses. Window types. Visibility, where am I? Visibility requirements, glass thickness, solution security problems. These are some of the different things that we can have. Some other considerations to have. Float glass can be broken on it with an average rock. Crowbars can break and destroy standard frames, standard limit. So when we're dealing with glass is one of the weakest points that we have for security. Installing sliding glass doors to prevent lifting and removal of the frame. Install fixed panels, secondary locking security. That's a big thing, having secondary locking. When selecting a type, light. How much light do you want in? Do you want to prevent harmful rays coming in and have them darker? So these are some of the things that we can have. The glazing, same type of thing that we can have. Selecting the window type for security. Effective glazing sheet, security lock fitting. Ground floor should have better light, better glass. Types of glass. These are all the different types that we could get. Vision requirement, thickness, security. It depends on where we're putting it. If it's going in a home, it can have one aspect. If it's going into a building, it's going to need something more sturdy, more durable that we need to look at. The ironmongery. Window locks built in during manufacturing, locks fitted after manufacturing, transom lock, lock encasement. These are the different types of locking that we can have. Obviously, if it's built, everything put together at the factory, it's probably going to be a little bit better. Double hung double hung wood. This is what most homes have. All locking devices to be secured within 3/4 of an inch. All windows latches must have key locks or manual, non-spring loaded. When a non-key latch is used, secondary securing method should be used. Followed balanced design, so you should kind of have them all set up. Windows require protection, less than 18 feet off, less than trees, opening at 96 square inches. Each window drilled with holes for intersection points for you can have a lock, a metal sash, are some of the different things that we have. Bullet resistance material, full line of, you can get all kinds of look up in the different areas, but basically bullet resistance glass is acrylic polycarbonate and glass cad polycarbonate. These products are available for the UL protection levels 1 through 8, depending on what it is, ranging from 9mm protection against for a 9mm to a 12 gauge shotgun. These bullet resistance properties typically used in banks, credit unions, gas stations, convenience stores, anywhere where it's not safe. In addition to providing bullet lasers, bulletproof doors, you can have bulletproof counters, package passers. These are some of the other things that you can actually have to make sure you have protection. Bullet resistant fiberglass wall panels. These are used to provide bullet resistance protection to the walls of corporate executive offices, boardrooms, conferences rooms, lobbies, receptions areas, counters, customers, safe rooms. Once installed, will never be seen, but provides a hidden room. Bullet-resistant doors, along with protection of the walls and lobbies, offices. There are a wide variety of bullet-resistant doors to meet different needs. For example, solid executives style veneered doors to match existing doors. Some different things, full version, half doors, plastic laminate. So it just depends on what you need, you can get. Bullet-resistant windows, we covered that a little bit. But basically, office windows can replace ranging from levels 1 through 5. Again, protecting the occupants. Other office products that could be available: high quality executive style bullet resistant doors, wall armor, custom made windows to protect all existing windows, high security electronic mega locks to lock the doors in the event of an attack. So these are some of the different things that you can have. In your reception area, transaction windows, package passing, same type of thing we were talking before, stainless steel trays. residential high-level security, bulletproof protection at a point of entry, safe room, convert a closet into a safe room, convert a master bedroom into a safe room. And that's putting up the walls that you can have. Window films, they work great. Resistance to small arms and shotguns. Lumar window film. Products have bomb blast proof. Again, these are security films that you could put on. And basically, they prevent the window from shattering and they absorb it so it will stay intact. Decorative films can make it even more visible. Anti-graffiti protects the films that helps prevent anyone from writing on it. And solar films to make it more efficient. Let's take a look at Chapter 19, Security Officers and Equipment. After basic training, security officers will be assigned to a specific post. Each post requires additional training because each subunit has more stuff that they need to go over. Post orders are written. One's written to policies, blah, blah, blah. These policies tend to remain in place. Let's look at some key words. Written procedures approved by upper management. Post orders and procedures carry out date of revision, what is confidential, instructions on dealing with public relations, security stuff. Again, these are what should be in the order of, so the security guards know what's going on, how to react, who to call. That's all we're looking at. Security officer basic training. Yeah, so basic training, make sure they're professionals or officers, relationships with law enforcement, observe technique, challenging. It's just training and making sure they know everything that's going on in the building. Your command center, where security and staff can view, record, and retrieve the closed caption TV. It should always have at least 2 security guards in it, periodic breaks to make sure they're there. But it's a secure building. There's no windows. It's usually not easily accessible. There's no names. There's no numbers on it. Again, we don't want to attract attention to when we have a security command center. We want it as quiet as possible. It's important to have. Imperative, the command center is extraordinary attention to details. It can have as many as 15 different screens up there. It can be monitoring over 100 cameras, depending on the size of your building. Tightly scheduled shifts, specific procedures when something is spotted. Right? This is what every major building will have in it. Some skills if you're working there. Attention to detail, excellent eyesight, ability to react quickly and figure out what's right and wrong, work with unsupervised. Operate the cameras inside and out, helps prioritize viewing. If the alarm goes off, where is it at? Right? These are what we want. Often contact with other security staff, report a crime, writing logs, witnesses. Digital, most are now DVR, ability to record playback images, still, so it's gotten much better. Fixed cameras, pan, tilt, zoom, PTZs, allow you to zoom in if you see something suspicious. CCTVs is one element. There's other now with today's digital cameras. This is even expanded even more. Targets. Making sure you don't have secluded areas. Cameras over at cash drawers, jewelry. More important, review what's going on. Secluded areas. Parking lots, black areas. Again, we talked about lighting. This is where lighting becomes even more important in the dark. Making sure that they're being seen, that the cameras are recording, that they can see what's going on. So as we're putting all this together, lighting becomes important. The cameras become important. The Command centers all need this to make sure that everything is working correctly. Are we testing it? Do we know that everything works? Have we tried playback? Barriers to physical security. We can look at designated restricted areas. If anyone's there, that's a problem, so we want to take a look at that also, making sure we don't have anything. All right.